About to roll into the big time. Analog Shift, shout out to you and your teammate. Got my 2 watches. Wasn't expecting it. Amazing prices, couldn't be helped. Look for those in a future episode. I am about to get busy with C-Dub, Christopher Ward. I'm gonna go interview Mike Pearson. Let's do it. Welcome to this hobby of ours. I am in the NYC with none other than Christopher Ward. Actually, this is not Christopher Ward.
No.
This is Mike Pearson, North American champion of the brand. I just gave him a bump up from director to champion.
Oh, I'll take that.
Wouldn't that look awesome on a business card?
Does he get a pay rise?
Yes, it does.
Thanks, Mike.
There it is. But I met Mike, if you follow the channel, at Intersect, the meetup in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Finally got connected with them, started to do some PR work, gave me the inside information on the Best Diver, did that episode, loved it. I ordered mine, it arrived just before I had to leave for this trip, so I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with it yet, but absolutely adore it, and Secunda knocked it out of the park.
Did it right, didn't it?
Yeah. So I've been buying watches from Christopher Ward since 2016. Major fan of the brand and everything they've been doing, singing their praises. And it's about time you guys have started getting that notoriety amongst the YouTube community, the collector community at large. And wrist check, what have you got?
Oh, I'm not the guy that does double wristing, but these are the 2 watches that I own. I've got the 40mm titanium titanium 12 in 40mm in the blue. And the first watch I ever fell in love with before working for the brand was
the bronze.
The bronze Trident Pro 300. The patina, with me being a sweaty Englishman living in Texas, is gorgeous now. So it looks the way I wanted it to look.
It doesn't look green, which is good. And on my wrist is...
Oh, wow, well done.
I know, the C7 Bluebird. I didn't show Mike before because I wanted to get his reaction on camera. So old school, love the brand.
Fantastic.
I think what I've noticed that maybe before the 12 come out, I think the Bel Canto is really what put you on the map with a certain sector of collectors. It got attention to the brand when these people were looking elsewhere, and it's bringing them around. It's like, hey, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So in terms of you being the North American director, what are some things you can share with me about the goals for expanding into North America? Speaking generally, you've got the new showroom in Dallas, which Patrick said I can come visit anytime, and you're going to treat me to a fabulous visit.
Barbecue's nearby, and the bourbon cabinet is full. So.
Outstanding. So tell me a little bit about that journey into North America and Dallas specifically.
Well, I'll go back a tiny bit just because I think you'll bang on with the Bel Canto. We had 18 years of incredible success as a brand, way before I joined the brand. Bel Canto not only gave the watch to the community who wanted haute horology at an attainable price, but it was also the rest of the community that might have only seen the price or how we sold. And I think it brought a whole lot of attention on Trident, the Sealander, and then after the 12. And so the Bel Canto was a magic piece for us, and I saw it from a distance. I was like, what the hell is going on over there? Because they sold 2 years worth of stock in 2 days, and they hadn't built one. So what I saw, which is the most impressive thing, is they grew up. They attached rocket boosters to every part of the brand, and away they go. When I joined, the whole preface of it was making sure, because I've been in the industry for 17 years, my whole skill set, hopefully, is to grow brands in a multiple type of way, but traditionally, what I'm looking for is retail partners. They become the storytellers. They are the magic, and those 18 inches of glass are incredible, where you can fall in love with the brand, you can put your fandom behind it, and the person who does it you trust, right? Christopher Ward, since the beginning to today, has never been available in a retail store.
That's right.
So the trust that the community has given Christopher Ward is unbelievable. But it was at a section underneath the tree line where the rest of the community might not have seen us. And so Bel Canto let us pop above the pulpit. People put their head to it. So with my expansion, the showroom is one thing. And in the end, there will be more of them. But you still do not walk out of our showroom with a watch. We still ship it. To keep because we want to keep the business model the same. Because everything is about whatever it costs us to build, we only increase it by 3. Because if we were going to increase it more, deservedly so, we'd be paying the people behind the showcase.
Point of purchase.
We'd be paying, of course, all of the different things to make the watch look nice in a showcase.
Right.
The ambassadorial, the marketing. We cut
Locking
all that
them up
out.
at night.
100%. Now, in our showroom, you get to touch it, feel it, fall in love with it, hopefully. get a glass of whiskey, and then we will ship it to that house.
It's practically another innovation, considering you guys were the first only online premium that, from my recollection, plus your 3x business model, which I've talked about on the channel, also transparent and brilliant. You know what you're getting with Christopher Ward.
I mean, I think 20 years ago, it was our 20th anniversary this year. I've looked at some of the old models, and they're not always brilliant, but you have to know that that watch at that time meant something to the people who bought it, and it helped us step up. The beauty that I'm seeing a year into this brand is that we've evolved, we've matured, we've still got that core price point of who we are, which is great, but we've stretched it a little bit. We've been able to do bel canto, we've been able to, but still, everything comes at under $5,000, and the average price point is $1,500, $1,200 to $1,500.
But still bringing value at those price points and innovation.
Yeah, and weirdly, I've kind of had this new kind of way of talking about it. If you're going to build or bake 12 bread rolls, you have to buy a huge amount of ingredients for that, right? The more bread you want to build, it's amazing how much that ingredient cost can go down, but the quality gets better. That's where we are with watches right now. We have been able to make more watches, have all of the things that we've learned whilst we're trying to grow, and still be able to keep the price point comparable to what it was back in the day. That, for me, is the secret sauce. That
is brilliant. I want to talk a little bit about community, if we can, because I grew up in the Ward community on the online forums.
Oh, it's amazing.
There's this website called the Ward Hoard. Have you heard of them?
I have heard of it.
Amazing. I bought watches from him, and it's the community is so robust around this brand. The community existed before the general popularity, and now I think everyone in the community is sitting back saying, I told you so, I told you so.
Or you've got that, and I say this with all the love as well, and I think there's an ownership to a brand when you love it that much and way before. You know, when you go to a supermarket with your family and you see an 8-year-old wearing a Rolling Stones t-shirt, you don't know any of those songs. I knew those songs. They don't belong to you. And we're in this kind of weird phase where people are saying, actually, they're growing to a different level without. But I think that's the kind of the fear of it. Don't forget where we were. For us, for Mike France, for Peter Ellis, for myself as a director, Jorg Senior, who's here, our Swiss CEO, it is everything. And what I've tried to do is add on, instead of adding retailers, more people who can be part of that community and see what we are now, see where we've come from, but be prepared to go on that journey of what's next. And so it's so exciting.
That is exciting, and I think that you're spot on. I'm still in shock about maintaining the delivery model. I think it's brilliant, but finding those partnerships where there's events like this or like little seed plants across the various areas, you want to get these watches into the hands of the people who most likely will buy them and will enjoy them once they see them.
Well, when I joined the brand, before I joined the brand, Mike and I had a chat, actually here in New York City, over a pint, watching a soccer game. It is stereotypical as that. And he goes, what's your outlook in terms of what the community means, or what do you think that we're missing? And I said, you're not missing anything if you look at the nuts and bolts of Christopher Ward. But what they didn't have was manpower to do what Windup does, what you guys do online, in a Raleigh, North Carolina, Detroit, Michigan, Portland, Oregon. So what I said this first year is I would go to the community, because instead of going to a retailer, let me find a Red Bar crew or a Christopher Ward enthusiast or an aficionado Facebook group or a Watch Crunch that's now, people who follow channels like yours. Let's get together, I'll buy you a pint to see what the watches are. What I wasn't prepared for was the outpouring of I've never held one, and the furore of I need to see if this hype is real. And it was more of, and that was kind of my very crude phrasing, but what it ended up being was, let me see if it really matters, because people wanted to believe in it. And so I've done too many events. I think I'm up to 41 this year.
I followed your Instagram.
It's horrible.
You are aggressive. I love it.
But it means that what I've done in this first year, I won't have to do in the years ahead, because people who have come to that event, bought a watch or seen a watch, they become that retailer trust. You know what I mean? They've got Instagram followers, 1 to 100 people. If they talk to that one person can trust us because it was done correctly. And so the showroom solidifies that. And now if that works, we can build more.
My goal is, I actually have a Gen 1 C60 that I took into my collection, and I purposely use it to loan it to friends who haven't experienced it. Like, I've loaned it out to at least 3 people who are like, oh, I didn't know. And now they do.
Yeah, they do. So, thank you.
No charge for that. I did that for free.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. So, something you guys do that I don't think a lot of people know about unless they go to the website is bespoke.
Yeah.
Which is an amazing thing, and it's minimum quantity 25 and up.
Yep.
And I want to understand that because that's such an exciting thing. As much as I would love to have 25 Hobby of Hours watches, I think they would all be in my apartment because I'm still growing, but I'm dutiful, and I don't think I could do 25, maybe 5. We'll see if Mike will sort me out. But let's talk about it.
I'll take you as an example. Let's say that you are the leader of, forget the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You are a group of 2,500 people, which is kind of what you've got in terms of followers on YouTube, right? You would say, I've got an idea for a watch, and let's say Google, Netflix, we work with them, which is wonderful, but it's the community. If they say, I like the Sealander, these are our colors, this is our logo, that is all you need. Because we would then in Switzerland create a design that befits your style. You can be as loud and as bright or as brash as you like, or as obvious, but for most watch people, they want to be subtle. So instead of having an open case back, we would close it, that becomes the canvas. A great example, we did a watch with the Greenville watch community, watch group, and they have this green 40mm Trident Pro, which is lovely, but they love that look. But instead of making it obvious on the dial, they grayed out their area codes for Greenville, and the case back was all their personality. But then you've got guys and girls who will do gradiated colors that represent the fun of them. We are then looking on the other side. We talked about Netflix, Facebook, Google, which is amazing. You can do a good few hundred of them, which is why the profitability is great for us.
Right, makes sense.
But the thing that I'm excited about with Bespoke as well is that there's more community groups seeing what we're doing with the military. Because if you're being trusted by the military, that then goes into the world, especially in America, that are very patriotic and they believe in it. And that's been the next part of what I've been doing side by side with what I do with the community. So Bespoke's huge, but it's not anything that we would shout about in the rafters. It's personal to the group, the community, the squadron, or the business. I'm
very familiar with the military units. I was very fortunate to pick up a prototype whenever you guys were selling prototypes for the 28 engineers, which is just amazing. It's got an extra trident on it, which I just absolutely adore. And 28 is my birthday date, and I snagged it. Love it, love it, love it.
Funkily though, we had this. We had one a guy called General Austin Miller. He led Delta Force. He led NATO. And he was very weirdly caught wearing an old trident. They were the burgundy bezel with the yellow GMT hand. He didn't know anything about this, but Watches of Espionage on Instagram.
Great Instagram. So they recently came over to YouTube. Brilliant channel.
Brilliant, okay.
Brilliant.
Well, he shared that picture, and all the military said, right, if he's wearing it, I can wear it. So in many ways, that kind of helped us understand where we could sit in the military. But it's all very community-driven. It's all very organic. So the more that we can do, great. But those individual groups to get something for someone like you, it means the world to us.
Outstanding. I'm going to use my remaining time with Mike to see if I can influence him to a small batch of Hobby of Hours themed watches. Let's do it. I want to say thank you to Christopher Ward for bringing me into the social media partnership circle. Thank you to Mike Pearson for your time, sir.
Honor.
And
thanks, everybody.
my goodness. Christopher Ward, you will love them, love them, love them. Trust me, I've been loving them since 2016. All right, we will catch you in the next one. Peace.
Thanks, all.
Brilliant, sir.
Thank you, mate. Thank you very much.
I'll get you.
I enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
Oh, spot on. I love doing things in one take. If you'd like to support the channel, head over to hobbyofhours.com. We've got artwork, coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, and even a watch book. 1001 Watch Designs, Volume 1. Over 1,000 designs in here. Steampunk, super futuristic, kaleidoscope, even super real ones. Watches that you could probably put on your wrist today. It's a great way to support the channel. Thanks for coming along on the ride.